Imagine opening Amazon to buy something completely ordinary, and then discovering a category of technology that looks like it belongs in a spy lab, a locksmith's workshop, or a futuristic surveillance van. Radar detectors, network testing hardware, hidden GPS trackers, thermal cameras, RFID diagnostic tools, even devices that can become seriously dangerous when they're used the wrong way. And here's the part that makes this list so fascinating. A gadget itself isn't always illegal. Sometimes it's the way it's used. Sometimes it's the location. Sometimes it's the power level. And sometimes the exact same piece of hardware can be perfectly legitimate for a security researcher, engineer, locksmith, or technician, but a serious legal problem for everyone else. That's what we're uncovering today. These are 12 controversial Amazon gadgets that sit right on the boundary between legitimate technology and potentially illegal use. And number 11 might be the most surprising of them all, because thermal imaging sounds harmless until you realize what this technology can actually reveal. So let's get into it. You're driving down the highway. You check your speed. Everything seems fine, but somewhere ahead, a radar system may already be measuring your vehicle. That's where automotive radar detectors come in. These compact devices are essentially specialized radio receivers designed to recognize signals associated with speed enforcement radar. They don't magically make a car invisible. Instead, they listen for specific radio frequency activity and alert the driver when certain radar signatures are detected. Some advanced models can also recognize different signal patterns and provide directional or signal strength information. For legitimate drivers, that can make the technology useful as an awareness tool. But here's the legal catch. Radar detectors aren't universally legal. Their legality can change dramatically depending on the jurisdiction, vehicle type, and location. In some places, their use is prohibited entirely. So the strange part isn't necessarily that the hardware exists. It's that a device can be completely ordinary electronics in one location and prohibited equipment in another. That's the first lesson of this entire list. The gadget isn't always the crime, the circumstances are. And our next device takes that concept to an entirely different level. Imagine a small development board sitting on a desk. It looks harmless, almost boring, but with specialized firmware, similar hardware can be used for wireless security testing. That's where wireless network De-Auth testing modules come in. Security researchers use this type of technology to understand how wireless networks respond to connection interruptions and management frame attacks. The hardware itself is often based around inexpensive microcontrollers and radio components that have thousands of completely legitimate applications. That's what creates the legal gray area. The same hardware can be used in a controlled laboratory environment to test a network you own, or it can be used to intentionally disrupt somebody else's wireless connections. Those are two very different situations, and that distinction matters because intentionally interfering with networks can create serious legal consequences. The technology is fascinating precisely because the physical device doesn't necessarily reveal the user's intent. It could be a development board, a security testing platform, an educational tool, or something being misused. So when you see one of these devices, don't just ask, is this gadget illegal? Ask the more important question, what is it being used to do? Because our next gadget takes that same question and puts it directly onto someone's vehicle. Losing track of a vehicle, trailer, piece of equipment, or valuable asset can be incredibly expensive. That's why magnetic asset GPS trackers exist. These compact devices combine location technology with cellular connectivity and a powerful magnetic mounting system. Attach one to an unauthorized asset, and you can potentially monitor where that asset goes. Businesses can use trackers for fleet management. Rental companies can use them for equipment recovery. Families can use location technology for legitimate safety applications. But now imagine attaching one to somebody else's vehicle without permission. Suddenly, the exact same gadget becomes a completely different story. Unauthorized tracking can raise serious privacy, stalking, harassment, or surveillance issues depending on the circumstances and local law. And that's what makes this device so interesting. The hardware doesn't need to change. The software doesn't necessarily need to change. The entire legal situation can change simply because of who owns the asset and who gave permission to track it. It's a perfect example of why available for sale does not mean legal to use however you want. And next, we're going somewhere even more invasive. What if a wall wasn't really a wall, at least not to your ears? Through-wall acoustic devices use highly sensitive microphones and contact sensors to detect vibrations traveling through physical structures. Engineers can use related technology for legitimate purposes. For example, locating mechanical problems, diagnosing structural noise, or identifying unusual vibrations. But the same principle can become extremely invasive when it's used to listen to private conversations. That's where the legal boundary becomes serious. Privacy laws can restrict recording or intercepting communications, especially when people have a reasonable expectation of privacy. And unlike a normal microphone, a specialized contact sensor doesn't necessarily need a direct line of sight to the sound source. It can turn microscopic structural vibrations into an audible signal. That sounds like science fiction, but the underlying physics is surprisingly straightforward. The real controversy isn't the sensor, it's the application. Used by an engineer, it can be diagnostic equipment. Used against someone else's private space, it can become surveillance hardware. And if you think that sounds powerful, wait until you see what happens when the microphone doesn't even need to touch the wall. Wildlife researchers need to record animals from a distance. Filmmakers need clean audio without disturbing their subjects, and that's exactly where long-range parabolic microphones become incredibly useful. A large curved dish collects incoming sound and concentrates it toward a microphone positioned at its focal point. The result? Much greater sensitivity to distant sounds. It's an elegant piece of acoustic engineering, and completely legitimate applications are everywhere. Birdwatching, nature documentaries, sports recording, field research. But point that same equipment toward private conversations, and the situation changes quickly. Privacy and wiretapping laws can make unauthorized interception of private conversations illegal. That's why this gadget is another perfect example of dual-use technology. It isn't inherently a spy device. It's a highly specialized microphone, but its ability to isolate distant sounds can make it extremely intrusive when used improperly. And now we're moving from listening to physical security, because the next gadget doesn't listen to anything, it attacks the lock itself. A conventional lock requires patience. Specialized electric lock restoration guns can automate part of the mechanical process. These devices use rapid mechanical movement to interact with compatible lock mechanisms, making them useful to professional locksmiths and security technicians. That's the legitimate side: emergency entry, lock servicing, security testing, training. But put one of these tools in the wrong hands, and its purpose can change dramatically. That's why specialized entry equipment occupies such an interesting legal space. In many jurisdictions, owning a locksmith tool isn't automatically illegal, but possessing burglary tools with criminal intent can be a completely different matter. And context becomes everything. A licensed locksmith carrying professional equipment to a job is one situation. Someone carrying the same equipment while committing a burglary is another. So don't mistake accessibility for permission. The tool might be available, the use might not be. And our next gadget takes the personal defense version of that idea to a much more dangerous level. Concealed personal defense electroshock tools. At first glance, some electroshock devices can look almost ordinary. A flashlight, a pen, a compact handheld object. Inside, however, electronics can generate a high-voltage electrical output intended to incapacitate a person through contact. That's why these products attract so much controversy. They can have legitimate self-defense applications where local law permits them, but regulations vary dramatically. Some jurisdictions restrict electroshock weapons, others regulate concealed versions more aggressively, and certain designs can create additional legal problems because the weapon is disguised as an everyday object. There's also an obvious safety issue. High-voltage devices aren't toys. Their misuse can cause serious injury, particularly for people with certain medical vulnerabilities or in dangerous environments. So this isn't simply a case of Amazon sells it, therefore it's legal. The actual rules depend on location, device characteristics, and how it's carried or used. And now we're moving from electricity to something even more intense. Light, but not the harmless kind. High-power thermal burning lasers. A normal laser pointer is designed to put a tiny dot on a screen. A high-power laser is a completely different category of technology. At sufficiently high output levels, concentrated laser energy can heat materials, damage surfaces, and cause catastrophic eye injuries. That's why powerful lasers are heavily regulated. The FDA distinguishes between different laser hazard classes, and higher-powered accessible lasers can present serious eye and skin hazards. So, when you see an online listing claiming an absurdly powerful handheld laser, don't assume the specification is legitimate, compliant, or even safe. Some products marketed online may be mislabeled, modified, or sold for specialized applications rather than normal consumer use. And there's another major issue. A laser doesn't have to touch someone to be dangerous. A beam entering an eye can cause permanent injury. Pointing powerful lasers toward aircraft is also extremely dangerous and can result in serious legal consequences. The technology is incredible, but this is one gadget where curiosity needs to stay firmly behind safety, because the next item doesn't burn anything, it cuts. The Karambit combat knife looks unlike a conventional utility knife. Its curved blade and distinctive finger ring give it an unmistakable appearance. Originally associated with Southeast Asian blade traditions, modern versions range from decorative pieces and outdoor tools to highly tactical designs. And that's where the legal situation becomes complicated. Knife laws vary dramatically between jurisdictions. Blade length, opening mechanism, concealment, intended use, location, all of these factors can matter. A knife that is legal to own in one place might be restricted to carry in another, and a weapon designed specifically for combat can attract more scrutiny than a conventional utility blade. So calling something an Amazon gadget doesn't erase local weapons laws. The safest takeaway is simple. Before buying, carrying, or transporting any specialized knife, check the laws that actually apply to you. Because our next gadget doesn't have a blade at all. It has something much smaller, an RFID antenna, and it can reveal just how much information modern access cards can contain. Proxmark 3 RFID Diagnostics. Your office badge looks simple. Tap it, the door unlocks. That's it. Except underneath that tiny card is a radio frequency system communicating with a reader. The Proxmark 3 is a powerful RFID research and diagnostics platform designed to analyze RFID systems and help security researchers understand how different technologies work. It can support experimentation across multiple RFID standards, making it valuable for penetration testing, education, hardware research, and security auditing. But there's an obvious boundary. Analyzing a system you are authorized to test is one thing. Copying or using somebody else's credentials without permission is another. That can turn a legitimate security testing tool into an instrument for unauthorized access. And this is one of the most fascinating things about modern security hardware. A tool doesn't have to look dangerous to be powerful. There are no giant switches, no dramatic spy movie effects, just a small electronic device capable of interacting with technologies that control doors, identification systems, and access credentials. And if you thought RFID was impressive, the next gadget is about to show you the invisible world surrounding us every second. Imagine looking at a completely dark room and still seeing where everything is. That's the magic of advanced thermal imaging cameras.
Instead of relying on visible light, thermal cameras detect infrared radiation associated with temperature differences. That makes them incredibly useful. Technicians can inspect electrical systems, contractors can identify insulation problems, mechanics can locate overheating components. Emergency professionals can use thermal imaging for search operations, and researchers can study heat patterns that ordinary cameras simply cannot see. But thermal imaging also creates privacy concerns. A powerful thermal camera can reveal heat signatures and activity that aren't obvious to the naked eye. That makes the technology valuable and potentially intrusive. Importantly, thermal imaging doesn't mean a camera can simply see through every wall like a science fiction scanner. Real-world performance depends heavily on materials, distance, environmental conditions, and the sensor itself. But even without science fiction capabilities, modern thermal cameras are astonishing. And that's why they're one of the most interesting gadgets on this entire list. Because unlike a traditional camera, they let you see a completely different layer of reality. And we've reached the final gadget, the one that combines technology, privacy, and the question that started this entire video. What makes a gadget illegal in the first place?
The legality trap, when the same gadget becomes illegal. Here's the biggest twist. There isn't always a gadget called an illegal gadget. Sometimes there is simply a legal gadget being used illegally. A GPS tracker can protect company equipment. A listening sensor can diagnose machinery. A parabolic microphone can record wildlife. An RFID tool can audit access control systems. A thermal camera can find electrical faults. A knife can be a legitimate outdoor tool. A laser can be used for professional research. And a wireless testing device can help security researchers discover vulnerabilities before criminals do. But change the circumstances, and the legal analysis can change completely. That's why the phrase, "you can buy it on Amazon," doesn't automatically answer the question. Marketplace availability is not a legal clearance certificate, and regulations can change by country, state, province, city, product specification, and intended use. Even the FCC continues to emphasize that radio frequency jammers are prohibited for non-federal actors in the United States because they can disrupt authorized communications and emergency services. The same principle applies across this entire list. Technology moves incredibly fast. Regulation often moves slower, and consumers are left navigating the space between the two. So there you have it. 12 gadgets that show just how strange the modern technology marketplace has become. Some are controversial. Some are heavily regulated. Some are completely legitimate tools that can become illegal when misused. And some sit directly in that uncomfortable gray area where technology is advancing faster than most people realize. But now, I want to know what surprised you the most. Was it the RFID technology? The thermal imaging? The tracking devices, the powerful lasers, or the fact that a completely ordinary-looking development board can become a serious security testing platform? Drop your answer in the comments. And remember, always check the laws that apply where you live before buying, carrying, or using specialized equipment. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the strangest side of modern technology, hit the like button and subscribe, because there are plenty more gadgets hiding in plain sight, and some of them are even crazier than these. Until next time, stay curious, stay smart, and use technology responsibly.